Hey guys, it's Steve here again and welcome back. And today I want to talk about something that's related to my last couple of videos, because if you've seen my last couple of videos, I've talked about persecution in different ways. Ukraine, India, Syria. Now, I want to ask a question related to all that, sort of related to all that, but it's the same topic as those other things. But how can you avoid it? How can you avoid persecution as a Christian? I have an answer for you. Okay, before I get into that, I just want to encourage you, please, please, please go into the comment section. Engage with me in the comment section. And let me know your thoughts. What do you think we can do to avoid persecution? How do you think Christians can avoid it? How do you think Christians can live without it? Because there is a way. There is a way. Anyways, let's get into this. This is going to be slightly tongue-in-cheek throughout this. I don't know why I'm even doing this or answering this question, because it's really a nonsense question. But the answer, let's go in there. There's two examples of things that people think they can do to avoid persecution. One of them is live in a Christian country or turning a nation into a Christian nation, because if you turn into a Christian nation and it's led by Christian leaders, then yeah, you could probably reduce persecution for Christians. Second thing is you could live in a Christian bubble. Okay, you could just send your kids to a Christian school, just go to church, all your friends are Christians, all your coworkers are Christians, your employer is Christian, you surround yourself with Christian technology or media, and you just do everything Christian, 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 which isn't terrible, okay, but it just kind of prevents you from being around anyone else, okay? Just to begin, Christian bubble, Christian nation. Both of those things can reduce persecution, but it cannot eliminate persecution. Okay? So how do you eliminate persecution as a Christian? It's pretty simple. And maybe this video won't be that long, because it really is simple. Okay? Let me give you some examples. Number one, don't read your Bible. Number two, don't talk about God. And I'm talking about generically speaking, talking about God, because Muslims talk about God, Hindus talk about God, Mormons talk about God, Buddhists talk about, well, sort of, not really a God, but kind of a God-like thing, okay? Just don't even talk about God, okay? Don't talk about your church. Don't talk about your small group. Don't talk about your Sunday school. Don't talk about what you're learning at church. Don't talk about your pastor, okay? Don't do anything. Don't give any semblance of anything in your life that you are a Christian. I mean, in a manner of speaking, even if you say I'm a Christian because I've surrendered my life to Christ and I gave my heart, or you say I gave my heart to Jesus, or I accepted Jesus into my heart, you know, any one of those statements. But just keep it to yourself. Make it private. Make it private. As I keep hearing, especially here in the U.S., that religion is a private matter. Your faith is a private matter. If you do this, if you keep it a private matter, I mean really private, and let me add a word to that, not just private, secret. Keep it a secret, okay? I've actually known people who have gone to other countries and they've led people to Christ, and they've actually encouraged these people to be secret about their faith. So anyways, if you want to completely eliminate the possibility of persecution, or by and large, the majority, just 99.9%, okay, let's not ever give it 100%. 99.9%, you eliminate the possibility of persecution, just be secret, just be private. Here's the issue with that. And I get it, there are places like North Korea where I would never encourage someone to go too public, but the fact is, it's so difficult to keep it private forever. But if you want to keep your whole life private about your faith, and it's just between you and God and no one else actually knows, I don't know. I'm sorry. I have issues with that mentality. Okay? And I've lived in China, okay? And there's the underground church, and you could call it the secret church. And granted, not everything in China is underground secret anymore, but for many, many years, it really was trying to be secret. And you do have places like North Korea, which is the extreme exception to the rule, where you got to really be quiet about being a Christian, because even a mention of it could get you in trouble. Because outside of North Korea, most countries, even places like Saudi Arabia, where there are extreme laws against people converting to other faith, Muslims converting into faith, and then you have places like Pakistan, not Pakistan. Where am I thinking of? You have places like in India where there's anti-conversion laws that try to protect Hindus, and you do have many countries where it's against the law to even share the gospel with someone from their country, like Muslims in what am I thinking? It's not Myanmar. It is Malaysia. I don't know why. It was an M. I knew it was an M. But Muslims in Malaysia, it's against the law to share the gospel with them. But anyways, I get it. There are places where, like North Korea, where it's an extreme scenario. But outside of that, most of these other places, even in Malaysia and Indonesia and Saudi Arabia and Turkey and all these places, China, India, it is okay to be a Christian. It is okay to identify as a Christian. It's okay to have your Bible. It's okay to have Christian books. It's okay to, as long as it's just kind of yours and you're not doing too much with it out publicly, but it's okay to verbalize it. It's okay to let people know. But even when you do that in those places, you're not going to be able to completely eliminate persecution. And so it comes back down to the only way to do it is to be quiet and private about it. But again, the problem is you can't be private and you can't be quiet. Okay? I'm not saying you have to be the Billy Graham evangelist or some other gifted evangelist of people I know, because I'm not that. Okay? You don't have to be that, but it is really difficult to be quiet. Okay, so if you're living the Christian life, if you're following Christ, if you're following the Bible, if you're trying to live the Christian life to the best of your ability, based on what you understand, then, as Jesus said, if they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you also. So, the fact is, it is impossible to eliminate persecution as a Christian. And the only way to do it is just not be Christian. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, some of it was tongue-in-cheek. Some of it was just kind of what's on my mind this week as I was thinking about it. Because next week, I have a video of an interview with my friend Stuart from Hyderabad, India. And we talked about India and persecution in India and just things he learned and things I learned recently. He lives in the States now, but it was a great time just spending time with him and talking with him about what's going on in his home country, in his birth country. So look for that. It should be dropping on Monday, Lord willing. We can get the audio stuff fixed. That was after the recording. We realized, but hopefully we can get that fixed and it'll drop on Monday. If not, we'll redo it and redrop it at a later date at the end of the month. Anyways, look for it again next week. Please, again, go back to the comment section. Please let me know your thoughts on this. I would love to hear what you think, how you can avoid persecution and all that stuff. But please like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.